Welcome everyone, best wishes for 2023. It's been a while since I've picked up the camera, 2018 to be exact. So what is a better way to inaugurate the reincarnation of the YouTube career than starting with a brutal quad focused leg workout. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Why quad focused, you might think, and not just a normal overall leg workout? Because as you develop and become more advanced throughout your lifting career, you might benefit from splitting up your quad work with your hamstring work because of several reasons. Also, another way to put it the other way around is as you are less advanced, you might benefit from doing the same stuff more and more over again, as you will have more neurological adaptation. Motor units will adapt faster to the movement patterns, and therefore it will become easier to level up. And when you are advanced, you will need more load, more fatigue on a specific muscle group. And in addition, that leads to more metabolic stress, which leads to more gains. So let's get to it. Starting today with the Hex Squad. Hex Squad, absolute classic and one of my favorites. Far more superior than a normal squat. Reason being, you have maximum stability because of this bench right here. So my hamstrings and my lower back won't become a limiting factor within this movement. So I can emphasize all of the load on the quads. So I'm just gonna slowly build up in warm-up sets with about 2 to 3, 4-ish reps on each warm-up set until we get to our working weight, and then we're gonna pump up the intensity. We're adding up close to a working set now. What you'll see me do on all of the sets, by the way, including the warm-up sets, I'll have a pretty narrow stance. And by doing that, I really emphasize the outside, so like the outer sweep of the quads, and I'll try to place my feet as low as possible on the platform. The lower I'll be able to place them without elevating my heel, the more I'll be able to emphasize the quads as well. The more I'll be able to do it over here or outwards, other muscles will become more involved. The higher up I get, the more hamstrings and glute involvement I'll get. Since this is a quad focused workout, we're gonna have a very narrow feet placement, very low, as low as I can possibly get without elevating my heels. First working set, you'll see me wear a belt because this allows me to generate even more stability. And the more stability I have, the more output I'll be able to give. The more output I will give, the more stimulus I'll be able to give my quads. The more stimulus I'll give my quads, the more gains I will make. 10 centimeter stance. Breathe in. Brace the core. Easy. Alright, so next up we will be doing the front foot elevated split squat. Normally I incorporate this movement at the start of my quad focused leg workout, but because I normally hit these at 55 kg working sets and this gym only allows me to go to 35, I swapped it with the Hex Squad, did that one first. Now I'll do this one second. Slightly will try to elevate up the platform on which I'll be placing my foot so I can get a bit more depth, and hopefully with a very nicely controlled negative I'll be able to fatigue that middle quad fiber which we're trying to hit with this one well anyway. So let's get it. No lever belt for me on this one. By the way, I will be incorporating straps because I don't want my grip to be a limiting factor within this movement. One foot on the platform. What you want to do, instead of going down and up, you want to move a bit forward and then backwards. Try to stay upward with your upper body as much as you can. Breathe in, brace the core, descend down, stay straight, and push that knee backwards. 2, 3, 4. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's great. So yeah, if you're not sweating like this and breathing like this after a set, then you're really doing something wrong. See, most people who, for example, think about getting a coach or hopping on some form of guidance, personal trainer, coach, programmer, however you want to call it, they always think that they're going to have to do more and more and more. They're going to be restricted their lifestyle, which is why they don't hop on coaching programs, I believe. Well, in fact, truth is, I don't really hit workouts much longer than an hour. Like my push and pull movements or any type of upper body workouts, I hardly ever train more than 50 minutes, really. 60 at max. For legs, it's about 75 to 90 minutes. Even when recording these workouts, yeah, I won't be longer inside more than 90 minutes. So yeah, people think they have to do more, but in fact, it's just less but better quality, really. That's what it boils down to. So it's just a shame, because people are just truly wasting their time. I know people from my high school who train the same amount of time as me in terms of years, but are not even close to the amount of progress that me and some other friends have made. We're really trying to understand, how does this game work? How do you truly develop muscle and strength? And it's just insane. Like, you can go like this, whereas others just stay at the same level 10 years later. It's just skyrocketing difference, man. So train smart. Knowledge and structure is key. Okay, so that was all the compound stuff we would do for our quads. If you count it, you notice it was only 5 working sets. Only 5. I hit about 10 to 12 working sets of quads a week. A week. That's nothing. Nothing. You can make so much crazy gains in so little time if you know truly how to train. If you want to learn, if you don't want to stay behind, stay the same, apply for online coaching. What you can do, there's a link down below. You know what? I'll give you a free one-on-one strategy call of 30 minutes. We can make a game plan. We can figure out where you can improve. If you truly are serious about your goals in 2023, we can start online coaching and you can see what you truly can achieve in such a short period of time and become a freaking beast. A force of nature, because that's what you can be. You see, there's no strength of mind and no strength of opinion without strength of body. Start to train. Another thing that truly shocks me or has me laughing all the time is how easily people spend $100 on a dinner, or a festival or something like that. And like an investment of about the same amount in online coaching that truly is going to save them years of time and truly, as I just said, develop to becoming a stronger physical and mental man, which is going to spread out to reaching other goals, is something they can't do. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Get some serious gains. All right, we've now finished up our compound movements for quads. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna squeeze a little bit of glutes in between, because you can't have enough glutes, never enough glutes. We're going to be doing reverse hyperextensions. Not too much fatigue, really isolation. We've already done most of the compound stuff. Remember, it's not about how much you can do, but about how well you can recover from it. Oh, and also, by the way, what you want to do on this one, instead of pulling with your back up, you want to focus on only squeezing your glutes together more and more and more. Every time when I tell people to do this, they don't have the intensity that they need to really do this. So imagine if you have the same gender preference as I do, someone sticking something up there, you don't want that, okay? You absolutely don't want that. So if someone would, you would squeeze it so hard. That's kind of the intensity that you want to have. Nothing's going in there. Let's get it. Again, only the glutes. Nothing's going in there. Also make sure that the future babies are protected. Bend in. All right, only the glutes. Contract, 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 contract. All the way down. Contract. Fuck. All right, as you get up, take it easy. Don't walk straight away. You might get very dizzy and fall over. Take your time. Breathe in a bit through the nose. All right, we're good. Second last exercise is a seated hamstring curl. Go with about, I'll say 1 or 2 warm-up sets. Another thing you want to do is something probably you've never heard before. You want to lean forward with your body like this. The more we lean forward with the body, okay, the more lengthening of a position we will get with our legs up. In addition, pull your toes towards your shins. Keep yourself right here. Go all the way down, hold. Keep the toes to your shins. 4 seconds on the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weight doesn't matter, all right? It's all about the load on the muscle. Quality over quantity. Eventually you'll get there. It's all about the journey. Remember that. 2, 3, 4. And last but not least, we have a Smith machine standing Calvary variation. Unfortunately, in my program, I was supposed to be doing a seated variation, but this gym doesn't have one. So then we're gonna be going with this one. As always, quality over quantity. So in order to do that, at the bottom, we're gonna be having a 2-second hold, and at the top, we're gonna be having a 2-second squeeze, and then hit failure as always, because we're trying to build mass, not only strength. So, position on the toes, on rack, rotate in this case. I'm wearing my belt actually, to make sure that my calves will be the only limiting factor within this movement. 2-second hold. At the top, 2-second hold. 21, 22, 23. 2-second hold. 2-second hold. Again, you always want to create stability. So in every rep at the top, I'll breathe in. I'll brace my core. In this case, brace against the belt, so I create more stability. And then also very, very important, especially important when you're breathing in at the top again, you want to be contracting your glutes at all times. This creates the most amount of stability possible. If you don't, you might get injured. So really on this one, it's extremely important. We'll also be using pretty heavy load on this. If you're not contracting your glutes, shit might go wrong in your lower back. If there's a spot in your body where you might not want that other than your neck, it's probably gonna be there. Constantly keep those glutes contracted. Breathe in again. Wrapped it up, we are done. Only a sum of 5 exercises, that's about it. You don't need to do much more really, even after 10 years. And people expect drop sets, supersets, a whole bunch of fancy stuff, a whole bunch of different combinations together, 20 plus sets per workout. No, you don't need that much. Like, yeah, if you're Mr. Olympia and like super developed, like you're so advanced, like if you would express this in like a marathon, like long distance runner, right? A guy like C-Bomb, for example, he needs to run, like, just an analogy, right? I'm not saying this is the case with marathon runners, but just to put things into perspective. A guy like this needs to run more than basically 100 kilometers, so to speak, of amount of volume in one freaking workout, amount of load. Why isn't a guy like him going like powerlifting heavy and trying to kind of beat records, even though he's training very heavy? Is because it's about the load on the muscle, all right? Load on muscle first, then you want to have the mechanical tension, progressive overload, metabolic stress, time on tension, etc. But you want to stay training safe. So that's where at some point you just can't get heavier. And that's where it becomes kind of interesting to start adding more fancy tricks here and there. But where you're not at that point, there's no need to be doing any of that. Rep range doesn't even matter either. You can just do no amount of reps, but with very high weight. Only the risk is that the quality of it is going to be less. So you want to maintain the quality. So that's why it's kind of beneficial to keep the reps a bit more higher, but intensity has to be there. If you treat every set like it's your last, I just did like 5 exercises, even with these type of videos in between. I've been inside the gym now for about an hour and we're finished and we're still making progress. I focus on quality over quantity with really high intensity. That's how you can get the most out of the least. Less is more, knowledge is everything. Implement structure for recovery. Hope this has been educational. If you want more of this type of content, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, let me know what you think in the comment section. In addition, if you finally want to make gains and you've been training for like 3 to 6 years, you finally want to step it up to the next level, hit up the link to plan a free one-on-one strategy session and see what we can do. You can also just send me a DM on Instagram at Casper Kowalik right here, or tag me in the comment section. Just reach out and we'll see what we can do. See ya.